All right, good people. So here I wanted to go over what we need to do in order to be ready for our class on August 31st. So I'm going to go to Canvas because this class, although it's 100% online, we're going to be doing some synchronous meetings. So the way that I get to Canvas is I type in svsu.edu, then I quick links at the top, and I click Canvas. And then it asks for you to log in. Right, I've logged in. And then these are all of the things that are on my timeline for courses. We're going to go to Honors 292, which is this course. All right, and so what you have at the very beginning of the, soon as you log in, is some information about the course, how to be ready. And a lot of this, to be honest, is repetitive in that it's already on the syllabus. And then I'm going to show you this welcome announcement. A lot of it is in the welcome announcement too. So this is important stuff I want you to remember. So let's go to the welcome announcement since that's the first link. And this is where I want you to start. I say a little bit about myself at the top here. This is an online 100%, but we will be meeting synchronously. Some people are meeting asynchronously, which means that they have assignments and exams and stuff posted. And you don't have to meet the professors online face to face. However, for my class, you do have to meet me online face to face. And the schedule for these meetings can be found under the syllabus link at the far left of the page. However, what you already know, right, is that this class meets on Mondays and Wednesdays at 11:30. Mondays and Wednesdays at 11:30. We're going to be on this page under conferences, and I'll show you that in a second. So what I want you to know as well is that for the syllabus is important. It has all the relevant information about the class, and then it also has the course schedule and due date. So please print that and carry it around with you. There are modules online which contain the actual meat of the course. So it has all the readings, it has links to the lectures, has all the assignments and discussions. And what I need you to know is that each week we'll cover one module. So each week at the same time online, we're going to meet. We're going to use conferences to do that. So that's a link again on the far left-hand side of the page. There are a couple of assignments that are due under this semester. You can submit those under the assignments tab. We're going to use the discussions tabs in a couple of ways. I want you to write reflection papers, and you're going to submit your reflection papers in two places. One is under the discussion tab so that others can go and read them, because I want folks to read what you're thinking so that when we come to class, we can have some meaningful discussion. And then two, I want you to submit them under the assignments tab so that I can grade them. So make sure that we do that. Also, we are going to introduce ourselves to the class using the discussions tab. I'll show you that in a second. Files tab has resources that you might need. However, everything is already linked under the modules. So you can use the Files tab if you like, or you don't have to. Grades tab is over there. You know how to use that. If there are any announcements for the course, I'll post them under the announcements tab, but I'll also announce them in class. I'm going to use the chat room this semester for office hours, where I will meet with students on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 until 5 p.m. If you can't meet with me in the chat room for office hours, you can email me. And I respond regularly to email. Although I know a whole lot about sociology, I know very little about IT. So I want you to, if you run into any technical issues, please check with the IT department. This is their extension here. All right, so let's go back to the home page, which is where we were. And it talks about what the course objective is, or the course objectives are. All of this is on the syllabus. This is going to be a 100% synchronous online course. If we click on the syllabus, it shows you how to print the course syllabus. You click here, you can print it, and then we have a number. Look at all this. Okay, no, that's not a lot of work, but I don't take attendance, right? We don't have any exams. What we do have is class participation. So let's click on that. I want to show you. And we do that every week. Now I'm going to give you time in class in order to complete these. So it's not something you have to take home in order to do. Let me make this screen larger. I hope you can see the previous stuff. I've been struggling with making sure the words are visible. So the self-assessment, click here. We're going to open it just so you can see it. And it really literally is like five or six questions. I read and was prepared to discuss assigned readings. Was that excellent or not even close? I should have stayed home, right? So I want you to evaluate yourself, and then I'm going to look at your evaluations, and then, I'm going to assess whether or not it appeared you were prepared, right? And so hopefully what you've identified and what I identified are similar. And then there's some information here that talks about the logic behind creating the self-evaluations. All right, so let's close that. You come in here under class participation. This is for August 31st. You submit your self-evaluation here, right? What else? I showed you the syllabus. So all of these shows when things are due. Class participation we do in class. Reflection papers, I'm asking you to turn in a reflection paper as a result of each reading. So I want you not only to read, but I want you to think about what you've read. This is some description here about what a reflection paper is, tells you how long it should be, no more than 2 pages, 12 point, double space, New Roman's font. And I want you to turn it in before we talk about that material because, right, you have to read before. And also, I want your contemporaries to have some thought about, to read your reflections, and then also to have some thought about the direction of our conversation on that next day. So again, all of our work is organized in modules. We have 15 modules. I'm sorry, we have 14 modules. And if you click on the very first one, this is all of the content. It tells you what you need to read and what you need to do for that week, right? So I'm asking before you come to class on the 31st that you review the syllabus. And also to review, I don't have it here, review the syllabus video. So I'll make sure to type that in so you know that that's what I'm asking you to do. And then again, after class on the 31st, we'll do some self-assessment. And then I want you to read these articles for our next section, which will be on Wednesday. There are 2 articles on Wednesday of that week. What day is Wednesday? It's here, 9/2. We're going to have a conversation. However, before that conversation, you're going to submit your reflection paper. And then also by the end of the week, I want you to complete the course introduction discussion. So let's click that and see what that is. As part of your first week activities, you should introduce yourself to the class and do the following things. Name, who are you, what do you like to do, how do you learn best, a picture of where you want to be, create a link to your favorite song, and upload your favorite selfie. And I've actually done some of that here. Well, I've done that for me. This is my name. This is a little bit about who I am. I like gardening and biking. This is how I learn. And indeed, if I could, I need to be wealthy, but I want to live here. I actually think this is probably a hotel, and I want to say Bali, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I dream about it. Nevertheless, this is my favorite musical artist. His name is Gregory Porter, and he is an unbelievable jazz singer. Now, this is not the song There Will Be No Love Dying Here. This is something else, but I love this song too. Absolutely anything by him. But my favorite song is There Will Be No Love That's Dying Here. Love it, love it, love it. And then that's my favorite selfie. All right, so we did our syllabus. Oh, or were we on modules? Let's look at the assignments. I think that's where we were. So there are 3 topics for assignments. There's this research, because we're going to be working on getting us to start thinking about our thesis statement. So we're going to be working on a bibliography, annotated bib, operationalizing variables, thinking about what is our thesis. And this is really just general, right? I'm not asking you to use this class to write your thesis, but I'm asking you to use this class to start thinking about what should be contained in your thesis. And at the end of the semester, based on the content that we've talked about, we're going to give some presentations that really are just, thoughts about where you want to go with that. And we're going to do it in a kind of seminar format, right? So it's not a whole lot of lecture here. This class is really based on us talking and us sharing where we are. For participation, remember the self-assessments, right? We're going to post those here. And then, let me see what this is. Oh, your reflection papers go here. All right. So again, everything is organized in modules, right? You have this module 1. You see all the stuff, the readings, the lectures, everything. Well, the readings. You click next. It takes you to the next week, which is what we're going to talk about that next week. And then, so you see how we do that, right? So on and so forth. Conferences is where we will go to have our conversation. So there are, and it will be listed online discussion. So this is our first week. We'll be having that discussion on August 31st. And so what you'll see when you come here is that you won't see a start button. I think you'll see a button that says in progress, and it's going to be green, and you simply click that button. So you won't be able to click it until I start the conference. Now, what I'm going to do each week is I'm going to record these conferences, record these conversations that we're having, and all of those concluded conferences will appear here. So if by chance you miss class, you can come here and check out what we were talking about, and that information will be available for you there. The discussions I showed you, right? Okay. I want you to post your reflection papers here and also under the assignments tab. Grades, you know what's there. Pages, I don't even know if you have that, but you will have something called files, although it's kind of redundant, which is okay, because all of these files are connected to an assignment or to a module in some way. So you won't have to worry about that. Chat room is where we will hold office hours. So it actually at the very top tells us who's online. It's just me. You can type in stuff here, and it appears there for absolutely everybody to see. So if you have personal stuff you want to talk about or private stuff about your grades or something like that, then don't put it here. Let's do that via email. So essentially that's all we have. We don't have quizzes or tests. So this is where we are. This is what we're going to do. I look forward to hanging out with y'all this semester, and I believe this is going to be a very productive semester. All right, good people, reach out to me if you have any questions.